So good evening, good evening, good evening. Lateness is greatness. Mad apologies. It wasn't my fault. I'm just going to own it. It was my fault. I was mad late. It is what it is. We're here now. Big up to everybody who has sat waiting patiently. Appreciate it. As you can see, man like Goonie is here. Man like Goonie is
What's
in the
going
building.
on? What's going on? What's going on, people?
This is going to be a regular show. Like I said yesterday, anyone who hasn't clocked on yet, Tuesday I'll do the show with Rants. Wednesday I'm doing the show with James Redmond. Thursday on here with Goonie. Friday on here with Henry Wright. Plenty of shows to come, and then obviously the reverse will be on all of the other channels as well. So I'll be going on to your channel and so on and so forth. But how you been, bro?
Yeah, I've been good, bro. I'm kind of torn in two because the Prem's over. I prefer club football to international, but considering how my team were doing, it's nice to just have a little break and not think about Premier League form, bruv. And hopefully in this time we can get some injuries back. But listen, we're on the run to the World Cup, starting up soon. I'm up here in America, New York. So when we play USA over here, it's gonna be mad. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game as well, man. And to be honest, I'm like you. Like I don't really like international football as such. I prefer Premier League football. But yeah, I suppose in your case, you're happy that the league's dusted off because you lot are just in free fall at the minute. And the thing is, with us, it's kind of the opposite. We're flying high. We're top of the table. I didn't want the league to end. It was like, no, it's the World Cup, man. Just keep going and keep going. And it's weird because it's normally the other way around. Normally it's you lot flying up high in the table, and normally we're in the mud. But I wanted to ask you, first and foremost, I know we speak on the regs anyway, but obviously for the people watching, they won't know. Give us your thoughts on Potter, like since when he's been appointed, whether you wanted him, so on and so forth.
Goonie's been brought back to the shadow realm. I've got to do the good. All right, fine. I'm going to dwell in this shadow realm for 40 minutes to talk about Chelsea and Graham Potter. Let's do this. All right, cool. All right, all jokes aside, yeah. When Graham Potter came in at the time, it threw everybody off, myself included. Like I wasn't the situation with Tuchel, as we know. I'm not going to revise that again, but I understood why it happened. It was just the timing that was off. So for Graham Potter to come in at that time, immediately he's handicapped in it. But there's a lot of things that have happened between then and now. And yeah, it's been a bit of a disaster, really. Premier League form's not been good enough. Not had a win in God knows how many games, but I understand that the situation that we're in with this new set of owners and this new manager, regardless of whether people like it or not, this is going to take some time to fix because there's still a lot of deadwood in the squad that needs to go. There's still a lot of players that need to be identified to come into the team. But yeah, I can see why Chelsea fans are concerned because a lot of the cases, give us something to believe in. Show us a little bit of something that can, that you're going to build on with these new set of players. And we haven't quite seen that. I understand the concerns, but where I'm sitting from, I've always had the acceptance that, once that happened with Tuchel, even when Tuchel was still in, I was doubting the fact that we could possibly get top four. Now, that's not to doubt either manager. It's more to do with this crop of players. And I understand that there needs to be a lot of surgery. So for me, Potter needs to stay. I'd like to give him the time. Like, I know, a lot of Chelsea fans want top four. So do I. But like the way the thing's set, Lee, I don't see any kind of manager coming in here and getting us that top four football.
The thing is, you've always had, like you just said, you've always had a manager that come in and give you hope and show you something. Did you see that with Potter? Because like it started off, I think it was 7 games he didn't lose at all. Like quite a few draws in there.
I mean, it was nice to start off with a winning run, but when you saw the nature of how some of the wins happened, and then in the back of your mind, especially as a Chelsea fan, if you've been watching them all these years, in the back of your mind, you just think it's the same crop of players. At what time does this house of cards just fall over? Because that's all it takes with this squad. The mentality is fragile. The things that I complain about, right, is not necessarily always the technical aspect of the game. It's the mental side of it as well that I question with this group of players. And several managers have done the same. So I'm going to hold Graham Potter to the same standards as what I held these managers to an extent. Now, where I don't hold him accountable is the lack of elite experience that he has. Whether I like it or Chelsea fans like it or not, we have to accept that he doesn't have that experience. Mistakes will be made, but it's the board that chose him to grow in this position, because by them signing him, they had to be aware that, you know, this is his first time stepping into this level of football. He's gonna, in some respects, have to grow and learn as the job goes along. And we've seen it with some managers. Your manager as one, you know, when he joined Arsenal, there were several mistakes that he was making. It's only this season where things are starting to look promising again. So look how many mistakes were made, and he didn't have that elite experience aside from being the assistant to Pep Guardiola, which is not as big as a job as what Graham Potter did at Brighton, if we're being completely honest. Do you know what I mean? So look, I think we should give the man time. It's harsh to sack him. The injury situation has also hurt him badly as well. Do you know what I mean? When you're missing out your key players like Reece James, and you know, it's a debate as to whether people think N'Golo Kante is world class or not. Whether that matters or not, one thing remains is that he's still a key player in this team, and we're badly missing him. When you're missing a player like that, it hurts. Do you know what I mean? You're relying on a 38-year-old who's your best player on the pitch, week in, week out. It's not sustainable. Like it's gonna hurt you. So I can't really. There's so many things that I can't really hold the manager for, which is why I'm saying, give it time. January, when he can make decisions and investments into the squad, if I see opportunities to invest and he doesn't invest in areas that are needed, then I'm going to start to question the man. That's what I did with Tuchel. At the end of that transfer window, I was like, all of this, supposed he was in cahoots with the owner. You get me?
Yeah.
So and he didn't address what needed to be addressed. So I'm going to hold Graham Potter the same way. I'm not going to lie.
The thing is, you as Chelsea fans, from an outsider looking in, you've always had this big name manager come in, and if it ain't a big name manager, you've always had a high standard for that manager. Yeah. So Maurizio Sarri, everyone was like, "Oh, why do we want him?" Yeah. Now go and win something. Like, because I remember when you signed him, it was like, nah, he's not the guy. Not you personally, but your fans were going, "He ain't the guy. He's never won anything. Why do we want him?" Blah, blah, blah. In the end, I think it was him that beat us in the final of the Europa League, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and
it was him. It was him.
That was his first trophy. Here you go. Santa Claus Arsenal. Win a trophy against us. But you can't allow your standards as a football fan base to drop by letting Potter. And I like Potter, not just because he looks like me, but I do like Potter. And I think he does play a good philosophy, and he has a good mindset on how to play football. Yeah, and if he gets it right, I think he will succeed. But you can't allow your standards as a football club to drop just because it's Graham Potter and he's never won anything.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
It should be the standards up here. You're Chelsea manager now, mate. We don't care what you did at Brighton. Don't care what you did anywhere else. It's Chelsea FC, and the standards should stay up there. And I think a lot of your fans are doing that. Hence why they want him sacked. Yeah, but I don't know. Arsenal have kind of given the blueprint, as somebody said in the chat. I think it was McConaughey said it in the chat. Arsenal have given the blueprint on how to keep a manager and then get better. The only thing is, I'd say, your fans are more ruthless than Arsenal fans.
100%.
So you might keep Potter. You might keep him for the rest of the season. If he loses the first 3 games of next season or loses 2 out of 4, he's gone, because your fans are just revolt. Yeah, whereas our fans go, "Oh, we've got to give him more time."
I mean, it can't get to a position where we're just about staying in the top half of the table, and that it can't get to there. That's unacceptable. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's, if Potter's not here and the same injury problems are here, how can I expect another manager to perform any different? Yeah, Tuchel, a lot of people are saying Tuchel shouldn't have been fired, but I'm on honest opinion that with everything that's happened this season, I think he still would have been handicapped and he would have suffered results. Would he have lost this many? Maybe not. I don't know. But I still think he would have suffered. We wouldn't be too much in a better position than we are now. But I've been saying this. But I personally, from what I've seen from Graham Potter, I like what he's done at Brighton. Yes, it's at Chelsea, the standards are different. But again, I can't divert from the fact that there are handicaps. His hands are tied in key positions. He can't do much.
He's not had a transfer window yet, bro.
He's not even had one. This is what I'm saying. You're coming in 5 games into the season after a manager's been sacked. you've not been blessed to spend any kind of money to even put like towards your squad. The only player that you do have, right, is Cucurella. That's your old player.
He's been crap so far.
This is what I'm saying. Why has he been crap? For several reasons, I could give you why he's been crap. He hasn't looked great at left centre back because I think he's better when he's played out wide into that either wing back position or a left back. I think he's better there, right?
Yep.
Another thing is that he's got an incompetent midfield in front of him, so constantly he's being exposed to the attackers, and he's going to get beaten eventually on a one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? I like Cucurella. He's a very aggressive defender, but sometimes with that aggression comes naivety and he gets beaten. It happens. Right. But that comes if we had that adequate protection in that midfield, perhaps he would be protected a bit more. You see what I mean? I can't help but think that. But big up Todd Miller, man. He's definitely a supporter as well, man. Why didn't we give Tuchel time? He has a track record, and as he had shown, certain players are not good enough. Just the power struggle.
That's a great comment as well, because there are so many players at your football club. Loftus bum cheeks. That guy, bro. How long has that guy been at your football club?
Academy boy.
Thank you. So it's he's academy boy. Oh, he's pretty. Let's fancy him and get him into the team. Because half of your fans just want to pipe him, bro. Let's be real with that. Yeah, it's real talk. It's the only reason he is rated by your fan base is because they want to stick to him. End of. Don't care what anyone says. Yeah. So well, go and be a model, mate, because you're a shit footballer. Right? Real talk. Yeah. Kante is washed, dusted, finito. Yeah. I've loved watching Kante over the years for Leicester. Not so much for Chelsea because you like always done us. But Kante, what a footballer. But he's finished. Done.
I think he needs to go. I think he needs to move on. I do think he needs to move on.
And this is another case in point, right? How old is Kante? 30. I'm going to Google it now. Kante is 31 years old and he is finished. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because that guy has put so much mileage in on a football pitch. Yeah. From in the last 5, 6, 7 years, eventually that catches up with you, mate. And this is why when you've got some young players like Bukayo Saka, for example, Bukayo Saka's not 6'5" like Erling Haaland, built like a brick shithouse. Bukayo Saka's very similar to Kante, small, kind of skinny, run. And this is why I want Bukayo Saka drop some games. Give him a rest.
It's important because
time he hits mid-20s, he's fucked.
That's key. Yeah,
we've seen it with loads of players down the years, bro. Kante's washed at 31. That's mad.
It's key because listen, Chelsea have abused this guy, bro. It was Kante. Oh, he's injured. Nah, he's N'Golo Kante. Bring him back. We'll rush him back from injury. Kante. That's it. You never gave him a backup. You never gave him any time of adequate rest. And this is what happens. The same with Kovacic. When anytime if Kovacic can walk, take 3 steps, they say, all right, cool, he's ready to play on the pitch. He never has time to recover from injuries. And I think he's suffered as a result. He's going to be another one. If he stays at Chelsea, he's going to be another one that will be done at 31 potentially. He's 29 now or something, 28, 29. He'll be done by 31 if we continue to use it in the way we're using. That's the problem. But
the thing is, if you go through your squad, right, your goalkeeper, Mendy, bro, I don't know what's happened to that guy. That guy was up here on a pedestal. Yeah, and it was like, rah, who's this goalkeeper they got for 20 odd mil? What a bargain. Yeah, bro, every time I've watched him this season, I'm thinking, right, you need to get him out of there real quick.
Bro. When he came back from Senegal, it just went left. I think 2 things happened. I noticed when he came back from Senegal, his form dipped, right? And then Peter Cech left the club. That's the man that brought him to the club. So I don't know if that messed with his psyche or whatever. Now also as well, he's in these
like an ally there.
Yeah, right. Now also he's in like a contract standoff with the club. He currently is on 50k. He wants something. I don't know, but I hear it's a lot of money, but you don't know what's true with these reports. And the club ain't willing to stand for it. So it looks like his future isn't certain. And another thing as well is that he's, by evidence, been used as the number 2 goalkeeper behind Kepa. Potter's clearly preferred Kepa. And Kepa hasn't looked like he can be moved from where he is because he's played well, all things considered.
Yeah, he's done all right. But if you go through your squad, bro, how many world-class players have you got?
1.
Thiago.
No, 2.
Thiago Silva. And
Reece James. Thiago and Reece James, that's it.
Yeah, Reece James. Is he world-class?
He is.
He's a fucking good player. But is he world-class? I don't know. That's debatable, bro.
He definitely is.
Watch Chelsea more than I do. Yeah, but for me, I'd say you've got Thiago Silva, but he's one of the oldest players in the league. He ain't got much long left, mate. Yeah, but that just goes to show the difference in when you're running your fucking players into the ground and when you're not. I know it's a different position for Thiago Silva. He's centre back, so he'll do less mileage than Kante. Bro, Thiago Silva's 7 years older, and he still looks like a Rolls Royce at centre back. You know, Kante is finished, and he's 7 years younger. And that just goes to show when you're running players up and down, they're going everywhere over a 5, 6, 7 year period of an elite level, and they're the best midfielder.
Yeah, you also got to think as well. Kante's mileage per game, probably if you average what he did over those 5 seasons between Leicester and Chelsea, that average is going to be stupid. Do you know what I mean? Thiago Silva, what goes in his favor as well is that people don't often talk about the fact that he takes care of his body as well as Cristiano Ronaldo does. He's very much disciplined and on top of his game at all times. Like the guy eats, breathes, sleeps football, thinks about his diet. He measures every macro detail down to a T. He's one of those obsessive guys, and it's working in his favor. So this is probably the reason as to why he can play this long. Do you know what I mean? So fair play to him. But I agree, man. He's not the long-term solution. He's eventually gonna have to move on. My suspicion was this is probably the last season we're gonna see him play at Chelsea, to be honest with you. So let's see what happens. But there's a lot that needs to be changed at the club. You know, you've just mentioned Kante. Even before I came on this live, I was seeing online that Chelsea are open to letting him go, 18 million or something like that. Juve and one other club are interested in signing him. So if that's true, then you know he's going to be moved on. Jorginho hasn't signed a new contract yet. That's
a big worry because I think he's your best midfielder,
bro. I worry, no way, brother. As soon as he's out the club, I am going to rejoice. Thank you for everything that you've done at the club, but you need to go. I'm not. Listen, yeah. Ruthless settings. I'm not a Jorginho fan like that.
I'm not sorry. I thought you meant Kovacic. Sorry, I'm lying.
You see, even Kovacic, yeah. Listen, hear what I'm saying to you.
Somewhere else. I thought you were talking about Kovacic. My bad.
Hear what I'm saying, yeah. You see, with Kovacic, if we sell him, I wouldn't even. It wouldn't move me like that. He's a good player. Do I think he's world class? I don't think he's world class. But
he's a quality footballer.
He's a good player.
But my is so overrated. Yeah, he is dog shit.
My problem with Kovacic is that
and jump merchant. That's all he is, bro.
My problem with Kovacic is that his fitness is a problem as well. Do you know what I mean? He can't. He's been at Chelsea how long, and he hasn't strung 30 games in a season together. He hasn't played. That's what I mean. He's missing out too many games. We can't have no sympathy. We can't have no passengers. This is why I'm saying Kante needs to go. Jorginho needs to go. We need a whole shift in this team, bruv. Yeah, we need to replace them with proper replacements, quality replacements. And those new replacements also need backup. It's the only way that you're going to keep it ticking and keep competing.
100%. Right, listen, this comment's hilarious. Big up Oregon Gooner, man. He said, does Havertz sleep in a coffin? Bro, he does. Real talk. That guy, man, he needs to get some sunlight or something because he is one pale guy, bro. I know England's not the best place to get sun, yeah, but come on, man, that's mad. You know, that is actually mad. I want to go through Chelsea's squad, yeah. I want to go through their whole squad. Just give me keep or sell, yeah.
100%. Let's do this.
Right, let's go through the squad. Let's get it up on Transfer Market. Smash the likes up. Subscribe to Goonies channel. The link's in the title. Thank you. Pizza. Happy days. We have pizza, bro. We have pizza. Cheers. But yeah,
you see, look. I think that's Tobes taps two times or something. Kante and Kova getting injuries because they do. Oh, it's not Tobes. Doing the dirty work for J5. Yeah, big facts. You see what I'm saying? Why is Jorginho never injured, bro? He's always available because he don't do the dirty work, fam. But sorry, Lee, go on.
That's because he's always hiding, just waiting to do a penalty, bro. That's it. Like, the guy's dog shit. Your fans were putting him in Ballon d'Or shouts. Why?
Mental.
Like, I don't really get that, if I'm honest. But anyway, we've got the Chelsea team up, yeah? Let's go through this.
Keep or sell thing. Right. Let's do this.
Mendy.
Sell.
Kepa.
Sell.
Bettinelli.
Sell.
I'm going through the whole squad, by the way.
But listen. When I say sell, I don't mean all of this at once. I mean over a realistic period of time. But people, in case you're like, oh, how are you going to replace all this? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's go through it.
Fofana.
Keep him.
Koulibaly.
First season, I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. Keep him, but fraud watch.
Chalobah.
Keep him.
Thiago Silva.
He's 38, bruv, but I'd keep him forever.
Cucurella.
Keep him.
Chilwell.
I want to say keep him, but that injury situation, bruv. I'm going to keep him for now. Let's see how he recovers from this. So let's keep him.
Reece James, we already know you're keeping.
Yeah.
Aspilicueta.
See you later. He's got to go. Sell him.
Jorginho, we know you'd been.
Sell him.
Kante, been.
He's got to go.
Zakaria.
He's got to go.
Kovacic.
I'll keep him, I guess.
Gallagher.
Jeez. Keep him.
Loftus Bumcheeks.
So
I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. I'm just going to call him Carney.
I'll keep him.
Mason Mount.
Keep him.
Havertz.
Sell him.
Ziyech.
Sell him.
Sterling.
Keep him.
Pulisic.
Sell him.
He's shit. Broya.
Keep him.
Aubameyang.
Sell him.
So you're literally keeping less than half the squad.
Yep.
Maybe half the squad. That's mad. And that just shows how big the problem is at Chelsea, bro. You know what's funny? When we were doing the shows last season, me, you, Northside, and Eunice, you two were sat at the top of the screen, all giving it, therapy sessions and all of this one, yeah. It's funny how times change, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. It's all come crashing down, and it's a reality check for us, bro. I'm telling you, there's a lot that needs to be changed for us to be.
Why do you think it's got to this point? Is that because you just keep trying to quick fix? Oh, let's go and get Sterling. That's
the previous regime. Listen, as grateful as we are for Abramovich, we've got to also be honest. Like towards the end, it was all messy. Like with the hiring and sacking of managers, you're getting in players that are playing different styles of football. Then you end up stuck with them because now people are giving ludicrous contracts to players that really should have been let go, extending, deals just so you can get an extra few million out of it from sales. Makes no sense. So it's all of that. It's a cocktail of all of that. And then also the most previous one under Todd Boehly's regime is the fact that he was very disorganized in how he planned things. He came in, he sacked absolutely everybody in the backroom staff. But if you're going to do that, you should have some assurances and guarantees of people coming in key areas straight away. That's what I liked about Abramovich. When Abramovich came in, what did you know? The next couple of days, Peter Kenyon is taking care of the transfers. That's it. Bosh.
That was one of the best signings you ever made.
It was.
United.
It was. We went straight to United. Well, we took the absolute piss out of them those couple of years, bruv. Flipping out. John Obi Mikel was meant to be playing for them. We took him away. Robin went over there and had a look at the facilities. He came to us. Essien was meant to go there. We took him last minute. Bro, we went in on United. We just kept on scuppering their plans. But that was Mourinho, bruv, at his peak, at his best.
That's true, man. Yeah, you lot when Roman first came in. Yeah, and this is why you were so successful. I know Kenyon weren't there for much, not forever, but
yeah,
what you did is you went, who's the best person in that position in any club in the world? Right, it's Peter Kenyon. We're going to get him. Yeah, don't care if he's at United. We're just going to throw as much money at it as possible. Money talks, bullshit walks, bro. Yeah, bang, straight in there, and look at the success you had with him whilst he was there. And then obviously you just elevated from there. But this is why I liked what Chelsea were doing, because Chelsea, even though I'm an Arsenal fan and it pained me to see you lot winning everything, that is what I wanted for my club. And our club were just sitting there going, oh, well, no one's available. We cannot compete with Chelsea. You also go and get the right people in the right positions upstairs, then you can be ruthless in the transfer market. Plus, add that to winning on the pitch, couple it all together. You pay the wages, you've got the best people in the best positions, and you've now got top players. You can't fail. And if the manager starts slipping, bye, mate. See you later. I don't care if you won the league last season. You're sacked at half time. Who cares? Yeah. And that was how ruthless you were. People are sitting there and go, oh, but football's changed now. And it has changed, because now what's happened is these football clubs have very quickly realised the amount of money that's flooding in from everywhere now. Compared, I know the money's always been big back then, but now they can lower the standards and still get the same money. Yeah, because they don't have to win a league or a trophy anymore. It can, if we get Champions League football, we're still going to get more money than if we won the league 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So now it's
Facts.
projects, processes. Barcelona are doing it. Process, project. Yeah, we're doing it. Process, project. You lot look like you're about to start doing it. Man United are doing it. These are some of the biggest clubs in world football. You're the most successful club in England for the last 20 years, and you're doing projects and processes. Like, what's that all about, bro? It's mad.
I mean,
But
I don't think we've got a choice, because the alternative to doing that is winning immediately. Do we have the tools to win immediately?
I think you do. Not personnel on the pitch,
This
but you can solve that in a transfer window or two.
this is what I'm saying. As when I'm speaking, I'm talking about now, this season, right? Is this squad equipped to win anything? It's not. And it's shown that. The table doesn't lie. It's shown that, right? Champions League run. Are we going to win the competition the way we've been playing? It doesn't look like we will. So it's not that I want things to be this way. It's just that this is just how things are. But the signs were there. The signs were coming. We've got no choice but to address matters in the transfer windows, January and summer, right? That means whatever happens this season, between now and January at least, our hands are tied. There's nothing that can be done. Let's see what the gaffer does in January. I'm not going to start pointing fingers like that until I start seeing action from how he's going to improve this squad. Backup right backs needed, CDMs needed at bare minimal in January. If you don't get more than that, I can't blame you. If you fail to get any of the two, it's unacceptable. If you get one, I won't be happy, but it's okay.
Start signing players from Brighton. Right, let's say Calcedo. I think he's a good player, man. I've seen quite a bit of Brighton. Obviously, my brother was the manager. Now he's your manager. Yeah, but I think that if because they've got quite Trossard. I mean, Trossard's a very good player. I'll take him at Arsenal. Yeah, but would Chelsea fans accept Trossard and Calcedo in the January window? Add that to Cucurella. Now there's 3 Brighton players. Now Chelsea are turning into Brighton. You can see the memes already, bro. The manager and then 3 Brighton players. All of a sudden, Chelsea are Brighton. Yeah,
okay, but then but then let me flip it then. Now, if rumors are to be believed, we sign Nkunku and Rafael Leao, and then Trossard is the backups to one of them. How bad does it look at that point? That's squad depth. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm using players that are not hypotheticals. These are players that we've been very strongly linked with. Nkunku, even stronger. I'm saying that these guys isolated on their own to be pushing forward for titles is not good enough. It's not the standard we're looking for. However, if those guys are coming in as well as Nkunku and Leao while others are going out, that smells squad depth to me, and that smells smart building. Because now imagine we use Leao from the left wing. Yeah, he gets injured. We use Trossard to step in. That's depth. That's better than Pulisic and whoever's there now.
But then where'd you put Sterling?
Sterling can play on the right as well. Either way, you could put Sterling on the right. He played on the right for Man City. If these problems are addressed, he's better off the left, but I'd still put him up there on the right. I've seen him do a good job on that right. But if these problems are addressed in that core midfield, yeah, they'll be fine. I think they will eat. Honestly, improve that midfield.
If Chelsea had anything about them, yeah, under this new manager and owner, like, you know, we all know Potter's going to get sacked at some point. Every manager will get sacked at some point, pretty much, yeah. Unless you're Pep or Klopp, you ain't getting sacked, right? Let's be real. Everyone else is sackable, right? But he is going to get sacked at some point. Do you think he actually has? And I'm going to say this again. I do like Graham Potter, and I think the way Brighton played football was sick. Like, they were one of the best teams in the league to watch. But do you think he's got the pull to be able to go into a dressing room with people like Sterling, with people like Aubameyang, yeah, with Thiago Silvas and players like that have won multiple trophies all over the place? Do you think he's actually got the authority to be able to sit in there and tell them what to do and they actually go and implement it? Or do you think they sit there and look at him and go, who the fuck are you? What have you ever won?
Some might. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. If they're proper professionals, then they won't look at him that way and they'll try and respect what he's trying to do. But if the results keep on turning out to be the way they are, then naturally they're going to lose faith in the manager. Then those questions might start popping up. But yeah, listen, something's got to give. Something's got to give. But I just think the manager has been put in a situation by this board that is difficult for anybody to deal with.
So a lot of Chelsea fans, big up to everyone watching this, by the way. It's 7:50 in the building. Make sure you are smashing the likes up. Make sure you also follow Gooney's channel. Subscribe to that link in the title. Just click it, it'll take you straight there. But there's a lot of Chelsea fans in this chat and on social media saying the job is too big for him. Do you think, you'd like to think that players are professional, but let's be real, bro. The amount of money that's flying around football, the chips on the shoulders are just epic, right? I don't see many of your players when the going gets rough that they're going to sit there and roll their sleeves up and start digging in. I don't see Sterling as that player. I don't see Aubameyang as that player. We've seen that at Arsenal. You know,
our captain's not that player, bruv. Azpilicueta's not that player. Anytime we go 1-0 down, his head drops. He doesn't galvanize the squad. The squad don't look to him for any bit of confidence because he's shot of it himself. So you see what I mean? We don't have leadership. What leadership? The one that should be wearing the armband is Thiago Silva. But the way he is that he's a respectful guy and he's not going to overstep the mark when Azpilicueta is on the pitch. He's not going to try and override his decision. So he's going to respect the hierarchy at the time. So we're in so many angles. There's so many things at the club that got to be changed, bruv, before we can start competing for titles and this, that, and the other. There's a lot that needs to be done.
No, I agree, man. You're in a mess, a big mess. And I think, like, the money you spent in the summer window, I was like, okay, you've had a good transfer window. Sterling, I don't particularly rate him anyway. Yeah, that guy's the most frustrating footballer to watch ever. Like, it's so fucking greedy.
I was told he was world class. I said he ain't world class. Not for me.
Bro, there's no way in a million years he's world class.
He's not a terrible player. He's not a bad player, but he's not world class. There's no way he can sit.
He's not one of these players that's going to pick the ball up, jink around 5 players and slap one top bins when you're 1-0 down to get you back in. Go, come on, and get the crowd up and run back to the halfway line with the ball. He ain't that player. Yeah, he's literally Kevin De Bruyne gave him a career. Yeah, that's a fair point, man. Kevin De Bruyne was giving him a career by backstick tappings, bruv. That's it. Yeah, you could play for Man City in Sterling's position and score 20 goals because De Bruyne was putting them on plates. Literally, you can't miss from 1 yard out. And if you do, you're probably called Darwin Núñez. Like, let's be real. That's it. Yeah, he's fucking shocking. Yeah, but I don't see him being that guy. I don't see Aubameyang being that guy. I don't see Jorginho being that guy. I don't see, like you said, Azpilicueta. Mason Mount. I like Mason Mount. I think he's a good player, but he hides in games. Yeah, I've seen him.
I want to say this about Mason Mount. Yeah, there's this thing is if he's not absolutely world class, elite level talent, he's absolutely dog shit and can't play football. There's no in betweens with Mason Mount. I've seen with a lot of fan bases. For me, he's not elite. And for me, he's not shit. Right now, what I think has happened to Mason Mount is, one, he's still playing out of position. Two, the amount of years he's been playing out of position, obviously, it's going to affect his career. It's going to affect his growth. It's going to affect his progression. And that's what's happened to him. That's why you're starting to see all this news now about him. You know, is he going to sign a new contract? Is he not? I'm pretty sure he's probably trying to say, look, I need guarantees I'm going to be playing in my favorite position as a midfielder. I'm tired of this chopping and changing. Let's go to a back four, etc., etc. What kind of players are you trying to bring in? This is probably what's going on, because this can't be going on for too long.
No, it's true, man. It's true. Where do you think you're going to end up this season, bro?
I said at the beginning of the season,
transfer window coming up and all of that, World Cups, blah, blah, blah. But
I said at the beginning of the season, we're not getting top four. I don't think we're going to get top four, if I'm honest. If we don't get I'm going to say this. If we don't get our key injured players back, I don't see us getting top four. If we do get Reece James and Kante back and they stay fit for the rest of the season, I see us as having a chance of getting top four. So again, there's too many question marks. But as it stands, with those guys out, probably about 6th or 7th.
Wow. Conference League.
Shot to pieces. This squad is shot to bits, bruv.
Well, right, let's have a look at the table real quick. Smash the likes up, people. Big up to nearly 800 people in here. Subscribe to Gooney's channel as well, the hyperlink in the title. I'm going live with Terry Flewers in about 10 minutes as well, so that should be fun. Arsenal scare him. Yeah, Arsenal scare everyone. Arsenal, I don't know what he's probably clickbaited the title. Lee Gunner is Arteta's #1 fan or something. You know what he's like. But let's have a look at the Premier League table. You are currently, wow, you're 8th. 3 straight, bro. You ain't won a game. I didn't know it was that bad. You ain't won a game in the last 5. 3 losses in a row and 2 draws before that. Oh my days! You have actually literally morphed into Brighton, who ironically were above you.
And guess what? Yeah,
you've got the same record as Brighton this season.
And guess what, Lee? A lot of fans have a short memory because it was that exact same time Reece James, Chilwell got injured. We were sitting at the top of the table. That was the difference that time. And it all came crashing down. Now, would I be stupid to say that since it's happened again and our form is dipped, that those two are connected? So the difference here is that the managers are different. And of course, Thomas Tuchel's the better manager. Why? He's proved it time and time again. He's got the silverware to back it up. Graham Potter is new to this thing. If that's who the board is picked, I can't do nothing about it. I've got to back the man while he's there. If you're asking me, nobody's asked me this question. Who would have been your choice after Thomas Tuchel being sacked? My answer to you would have been Hansi Flick. Why? Because he knows how to build a team. 2, he knows how to come in and make immediate impact. 3, he's got the proof. Yeah, he's got the brief behind him to back it. Yeah, and 4, he plays a style of football that's enjoyable to watch. That would have been my choice. But he's at Germany. He's managing them for the World Cup. It would have been a hard deal to get done. That would have been my first choice. But that doesn't mean I'm going to start turning on the manager. The first season, I can't do that, bruv. I can't, especially when he's not had the transfer window. It's not fair. I can't do that to him.
Mate, I didn't realise it was that bad. Literally, Brighton 6 wins, Chelsea 6 wins. Brighton 3 draws, Chelsea 3 draws. Brighton 5 losses, Chelsea 5 losses. Brighton has scored 6 goals more than you lot. Oh my days. Bro, you're fucked. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's not looking good, bro.
You are actually fucked.
It's not looking good at all.
How long is Reece James out for?
James should be back after the World Cup. I believe like the other week they were saying he was 6 weeks away or so. So he should be back after the World Cup in January.
You're 8 points. No, you're not. Yes, you are. 8 points off a top 4, but you do have a game in hand. That's still a big
Even
gap.
still, we win that. Let's say we do win that. That's 5 at this stage in the season.
Still a big gap, man. And
it's
then
not good enough. Yeah, exactly.
United and Tottenham.
At this point in the season, it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
No, that's mental, mate. Yeah, because Tottenham, that's the best start they've ever had in the Premier League season. Yeah, and they're still, 8 points behind Arsenal, and we have a game in hand. And that's their best ever start. Man United are, 3 points behind Tottenham with a game in hand, but they've got 0 goal difference. So even if they won that game, they'd still be 5th.
I tell you this, yeah.
Liverpool are 7 behind with a game in hand. So if they win that, they're 4. Tottenham could bottle it, Tottenham could.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't see Chelsea overhauling Liverpool, Man United, and Tottenham. The way you're playing and started this season, I don't see you getting top 4 right now.
The only way it can happen, Lee, is if we have an elite January. Yeah. Reece, and like I said to you, like I repeat to you again, Reece James stays fit, N'Golo Kante stays fit and comes back with some form. So there's a lot of ifs and conditions that are attached to us getting top 4. You see what I'm saying? And again, I'm not going to entirely point the finger at this manager. I have to look at these players. I have to look at their track record. They have failed us several times under different managers, a certain core of them, and they're still here. They need to get gone. And by the looks of it, it looks like they are willing to make it happen. The board are willing to make it happen. So if that does happen, now I'm gonna start to see and start holding people accountable for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fully. As of now, let's see. Let's wait.
Mate, this comment's quality. Arsenal and Chelsea have switched positions. It's actually true, bro.
But this is the thing is,
like literally a year ago, we were the banter club. We were the club sitting in 8th. We were the club. Well, I was having meltdowns. Oh, but I'm negative. So that's standard. And we were finishing 8th twice, finished 5th, bottled top 4. We were the laughing stock. And then this season, we're flying. And you lot are down in 8th with Fulham and Brighton and them, man.
but to be fair, if you look at the last, this is the thing, is your banter has lasted for nearly 2 decades, bruv. Ours is only really this season, cuz. And I'm not even just trying to say that to shoot shots, fam, but it's true. Like for me, if it's a temporary
18 months ago.
18, what, the Champions League? Yeah, exactly. So
18 months ago.
look, if I'm gonna have to sit back, if somebody came to me and said, listen, yeah, finish outside of the Champions League, but we're gonna give you a good summer. Yeah, certain players are gonna get out, and we're gonna go for that rebuild. I'm taking that all day long because I know that's gonna be sustainable for years to come. Or it's at least, if not, it's at least building in the right direction for it to become sustainable. These are things that I am waiting to see. So for me, it's not a Potter out thing until certain things have happened and have been put in place, and he's been allowed to exercise certain things before I make that decision.
So you're going to give him until what? About this time next year, maybe.
I'm going to give him until I'm going to give him until the end of next season, outside of something catastrophic happening. If we look like we're finishing outside the top 4 next season with top quality recruitments, yeah, then I'll probably change my mind.
No, that's fair enough. Listen, he ain't had a transfer window, yeah, but bro, like I said, like people are saying I forgot Newcastle. Listen, Newcastle are cemented in that top 6 for me. Yeah, I think like the way they're playing, they've lost 1 game this season, Newcastle. Yeah, and I think they've only lost 2 games at home since Eddie Howe's been manager, and that was to City and Liverpool. So they're a good team. They're the most informed team in the last 5 games. They've won all 5. They're the only team in the league that have done that. Yeah, they're relentless this season. Big up to them. But I just don't see, even if you want to add Newcastle in, let's say Arsenal and City are cleared, nobody's catching them 2, yeah? Right, in either order. There's 2 spots available, and it's Newcastle, Tottenham, United, Liverpool, and Chelsea fighting for them. 2 teams are missing out, bro.
I think United get it. Tottenham, I think the football they're playing, bro. I have a feeling, because you see the football that they're playing, I think it's gonna come undone soon, bro. If they, or this World Cup might save them, but they need to start playing better football than they are, because fair play to them. They've got that grit, that never say die mentality. They've shown it this season, but you can't hang on to that for 38 games a season, bruv. It's gonna become unsustainable. You see what I'm saying? So they need to fix that. If they don't, they can drop out of that. Anything can happen, bro. The Premier League is full of surprises, but in my opinion, I think Man City are a dead cert. I think you lot look like you're a dead cert as well. Man United, if they carry on momentum, they're gonna get it. As for us, we need to fix up real quick, bruv. But the fix up that we need to do in the time that we have to do it is too much to do. So that's why I'm here. Like, it is what it is. Let's see what happens, isn't it?
This is a good comment as well from Pedro. He says, yeah, Chelsea have been papering over the cracks since 16-17. That was the last time you won a league, wasn't it? That was the last time you won the league.
Yeah. It was Conte. It's exactly when we won the league. What did we back him with? Fuck all.
You lost the cup final to us that season.
You're meant to be building on top of title-winning teams. Fergie done it time and time again. This man, after winning a trophy, go and get Van Nistelrooy. Go and get Juan Sebastian Veron. Go and get Jaap Stam. Go and get these. You see what's going on here? Instead, we're saying, go and bring back David Luiz. Go and get Papi Gilobodji. Go and get these guys and these guys. This squad is strong enough. Nah, that mentality's got to change, bruv. 100%. And this is why this is why we are where we're at. Sorry, I couldn't say that sentence.
Mate, big up Mr. Bees as well. I've seen this story about Ivan Toney. 232 separate betting things, yeah? Bro, is it that bad that he's going to be banned? Like, I don't know the ins and outs of it, obviously.
My thing is how did they prove that he done it 232 times? Like, what was the sufficient evidence to say, yeah, it was definitely him?
Has he actually gone into a bookies and put a bet on?
We don't know.
Doing it? Or has he even put a bet on? Who knows? I don't know, bro. It's mad. But 232 at different times. How's it taken so long to find out then?
Exactly. Exactly. But if he did do it, yeah, if he did, this guy clearly don't give a shit about nothing, because I've even heard him talk about Brentford and he doesn't give a shit.
He don't give a shit about Brentford.
Is mad disrespectful, bro.
Do you know what? I'd take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat. I think he's class, yeah. But mate, the funny thing is, right, I was speaking to a friend of mine last night, yeah. Like, a couple of my pals are really good mates with him. Yeah, and I've said to him, what's going on? What's going on? And they said, like, one of them goes to me, he goes, no, I'm not going to ask him. Like, I don't want to get involved in all of that. Like, he might fucking get the ump or whatever, yeah. But I said to him, I said, if it was that bad, surely he would have been banned already. Because surely this has been bubbling away under the surface for how long? 230, bro. You can't do that in a week. You can't do that in a
Exactly.
month. Yeah, but I also said to him, I said, if he was match fixing or whatever, because like when people see a footballer gambling, yeah, normally it's gambling on themselves, yeah, or on their team. Yeah, that's normally how it works, right? This guy's still scoring goals, bro. He's still winning games. So is he gambling on himself?
I don't know.
Because if he is, well, maybe he's gambling that he's going to score a goal. Maybe he put a bet on he won't go into the World Cup or something. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But I think it's mad.
Might have a lifetime ban now.
Bro, do you think he'll get banned though? Like, there's got to.
If they do that, if they ban him and take away his career, they better have concrete black and white evidence, as in like Ivan Toney going into William Hill and that bareface and just bait and say,
10 grand on me to score hat-trick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm Ivan Toney. Look at me. Basically, and I need to see concrete proof because to get a verdict, it needs to be beyond reasonable doubt. Yeah, so you need to show me beyond reasonable doubt. And to me, what's beyond reasonable doubt is actual evidence and seeing what is on the paper or his account and him physically doing it. That's the evidence for me, bro.
See this comment, big up Yusuf, big up everyone in here, man. There's still 800. Smash the likes up first and foremost. Subscribe to my channel as well. That'd be great. We're over 74.2, so if you could keep flying that up, that'd be great. And subscribe to Goonie. His link is in the title, blue hyperlink. Click it straight there. But this comment, most of the bets were before he joined Brentford. So what's the fucking issue then?
Exactly.
Right, what's the issue? Why is it coming out now? Why didn't this come out time ago? Right, who's been sitting on this information until he starts smashing it at the elite level?
Well, Pedro's saying Pedro said it's between 2017 and 21. Is what the article is saying, according to what Pedro said there.
Wow.
If that's the case, he was at Brentford.
Yeah, he was at Brentford, yeah. Well, he was at Brentford, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? About 3 years he's been at Brentford, hasn't he? 2015 to 21.
21, okay.
But what, this is my point, yeah. Who has been sitting on this information for 7 fucking years? From 2015, yeah? That's 7 years, nearly 8 years ago, bro.
Do you reckon it's a blackmail thing?
He makes it, and then we're going to grass him up. Like, what is your life?
Do you reckon it's a blackmail thing where someone might have been getting stiff arming him every week and saying, "Yo, if you don't pay up this bread, this is going out, bruv."
Right, we've seen some mad shit going on with other footballers before, so yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
but listen, I'm going to wrap this up, people, because I am late for Terry's show as usual. I am going live with Terry Flewers any second now. I'm going to go toilet and then I'm live. The link for Terry's show is in the chat now. That YouTube link. Goonies channel link is in the title. Bro, what you got coming up, man?
I should be having. I'm going to go live tomorrow. We're going to discuss what's been going on this week, and I'm going to be talking about my World Cup thoughts and my expectations of this club, my realistic expectation versus what our expectations should be under a better manager than what we currently have. So that is what my live's going to be about tomorrow, because I can't stand Gareth Southgate, bruv. So it is what it is. People, make sure you subscribe. Man Knows Football. Help us get to 15K. We're almost there.
Yeah, come on, man. Get that done. Hey, look at that. That's funny. His initials literally spell I bet.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. You could have made that shit up. Big up to everybody who's watched, man. This is a regular thing every Thursday, people. And when's the return? When are we doing it on your channel?
Did we say Saturday or something?
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, every Thursday and Saturday. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Tomorrow, I'll be live with Henry Wright on here as well. And then I'm live with Rance as well on his Twitch. So loads of content to come, man. Just because the World Cup's on, I won't be doing watch-alongs unless it's the final. I will be doing a USA watch-along with Southern Gooner on his channel. He's plotted up in America, so that's going to be fun.
That should be fun.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be live with Terry Flewers literally any second now. So hit the link in the chat. Go and spam his chat with the rats have arrived or something. I don't know. And Goonie, bless, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Bless.
We're out of it.